Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is KairoS and welcome once again to Let's Play Silent Hunter 4. I'm just happily listening to the Song of Whales right now, which is quite relaxing, I have to say. There's also a slightly irritating hum in the background, which isn't me, that's the game. I think it's supposed to simulate the sound of the electronics humming in the background, but it's a little bit distracting, I have to say. I don't know why they decided to put that in there. But anyway, let's continue on our little patrol here. We're going to continue pottering up and down here. We haven't seen anything yet. This is exactly where we were last episode. So, yeah, very uneventful patrol so far, but we're going to keep on looking and hopefully something will turn up in the next, well, few days as we go up and down here. We're going to avoid this shallow water for obvious reasons, unless I absolutely have to, in which case I might sort of cut in maybe, I don't know. How far out is that? Oh yeah, not bad. So I might go within 50 miles just in this area here. We want to be at least in deep enough water that we can sort of get our whole submarine underwater. This will be so shallow that you can barely even go to periscope depth. So we're going to avoid that. But anyway, let's keep going and see what we can find. We haven't even gone to periscope depth yet, and I've already got something on the hydrophone. Let's go inside and I'll show you what I mean. Where is that? You can barely see that. I don't like that. There we go. Right there. Merchant, bearing 9-5. Let's go and have a look at the map. There she is. So I just marked it, and we're definitely going to intercept that. So let's clear this up and go have a look. I'm going to stay on the surface for now, in spite of the risk of aircraft. It's still pretty early in the morning. It's only, I think it was 7. It's the time now. It's 7:30 now. So we're going to go ahead flank, and we're going to have a look at what this is, and see if we can engage it. We need an idea of where she's going, of her bearing, and all that. I'm going to try and use the hydrophone to get some estimation of her speed as well. So I'll do that now, and I'll get back to you in a moment. Okay, well, we have her. We have her sighted. I can't see it. Actually, yes, I can. There we go. Right there. Bearing 3. That is definitely something worth shooting at. So, it's time to get these men to their battle stations and to get to periscope depth. Let's do this, people. Alright, so I've been taking her course and speed. We're going to start again in a minute so that I can track her. We're going to have to go to periscope depth because I do not want to get spotted. So let's do this right now. Periscope depth, please. Let's slow down to a head standard. Alright, I'm changing course now. We're just turning in so we can actually face her for an attack. I think it's definitely time to raise this scope and have a look, see what we're dealing with. She should be bearing at 339, thereabouts. There we go. Ooh, this is definitely going to be worth shooting at. Single stack tanker. So let's get this identification manual out. I'm just going to use a page down here to lower the scope for a bit, so we don't get spotted. It's a merchant for sure. So we need to find what... I did take a peek earlier, but all these new ships here. Now, one thing I don't like, though, is they've taken away the ability to see them on an angle. Some of these ships, it works for some and doesn't work for others. It's very annoying because I like to be able to see them at an angle. So we can only see them at 90 degrees. That's really not great. Page down. So we need to find single stack ships. I need to get rid of that at some point. Ooh, that could be it. That's it, I think. Adamaru. Adamaru freighter? Let's have a look. Page up. Page up is, if you don't know, is raised periscope. I played Silent Hunter 4 for like 3 years before I realized you could, manually pull the scope up and down. It's very difficult to tell without being able to look at this on a 75-degree angle, but I think we are dealing with one of these. Let me see, what do we got here? Oh, it's so annoying. So I can't tell the mast, because if you could turn it on an angle, let's see, nope, you'd be able to get a look at the masts, the rigging, but that does look like it, so I'm going to plug that in and assume that this is what we're dealing with. So let's plug this in.
Yes, sir.
Whoops.
Sweeping.
I'm going to do that quite a little bit because I just clicked N on the keyboard, which is the key you use for opening and closing the recognition manual in Silent Hunter 3, but it's M in this game for some bizarre reason. So what we need is just to take a mark here, range mark, plug that in, and we'll drop the scope, and we'll wait for them to get a little bit closer. So that's sent that to the TDC, I think. So we should be able to ask the crew soon what they think her speed is, although I do know she's going 8 point something. I need to make sure I'm heading in the right direction. We're going to be heading a 90-degree angle. We're going to fire at 90 degrees. Meanwhile, I'm going to set up the torpedoes. So what's her draft? Come on, you must have the draft. There we go, 25.9. All right, well, I'm going to fire all 4 torpedoes. I know we were ordered to conserve our torpedoes, but this is the first target we've got. Oh, there we go, some information for you. First target we got, it's January the 6th now, and it's the first ship we've seen, so we're definitely going to want to set up those torpedoes so that we can actually kill this thing. We can actually sink it. So we're going to set the depth to 25, what was it? 25.9, so we'll have it for 26. 26. We're going to fire, the first 2 are going to be influence, and we're going to have them going on low speed, and the second 2 we'll have set for 15 feet, and we'll keep them on contact, please. All right, now let's get ready, shall we? We'll raise the scope again. I'm going to slow down to 1 knot so we don't get spotted. Head 1/3. Yeah, this is definitely what we're dealing with. So let's ask the crew what they think. We take another speed. If the bloody waves will allow us, we'll take another speed estimate. Range estimate, I should say. Boom. Now we can ask them what they think the speed is. 9 knots. They're exactly on. I'm going to actually slow that down just a little bit. Well done, men. That's actually exactly on. We don't need to take the angle on the bow because I can see almost exactly what her angle is. It's about 80 now. And now we can turn on the TDC. So just quickly, I will actually take her angle on bow. That's pretty much spot on. You can just see from that already. Open the tubes. First 2. Actually, we're going to fire everything off, but we're going to fire a bit of a spread. So, whoops, hello. Let's add 85 now. I don't think we're going to need to take her angle on bow. I think it's ready to fire. Okay, we're going to put a spread on these. Drop the scope. We don't need it. Fire 1. Let's put a angle of, let's say, 2 degrees on the next one. To the right. Fire 2. So those are the 2. These are all going slow, so that's fine. Fire 3. Fire 4. And just for this, no, actually, let's not. Yeah, let's raise the scope. Why not? Fire them off. we dealing with here? These look all right. I guess we'll find out. Oh, all right. Well, I haven't quite lost my touch, although I'm a little bit worried these might be going to overshoot. Maybe. This is always so stressful. Okay, we might get a couple of hits. I think the second two are definitely going to miss. We're going to get... Okay, assuming that the pistons are right on these, we're going to get hits approximately now. One impact. Well done, man. Oh, that sounds bad. Wow. What a mess. So that's one impact. Two impacts. We got her. She's going to go down. No worries. Beautiful. Well, a very successful attack if I don't say so myself. So we're just turning away now, and we're going to continue at periscope depth, obviously, so we don't get spotted by aircraft. As a matter of fact, I might go a little bit lower. I'll worry about that in a minute. I might go down to maybe 50 meters or so, just so that we don't have any trouble at all. And then we'll slowly make our way out of the area. Let's have a look quickly whether we actually got what I thought we got. And yes, we did. An Ardamaru freighter, 5,200 tons, which makes us one of the most successful commanders for the Americans in the war thus far. I think someone else did get something up here. I was looking earlier. I'm pretty sure, yeah. The S-38 got a Hayomaru, which is good. So, but we're still doing unusually well. Most commanders didn't get anything in their first couple of patrols. So, nice work, people. Nice work. The crew did really well with that. I'm happy. I'm glad they got the speed right. I'm quite impressed with that. So let's stand down from battle stations and continue, shall we?
Secure from battle stations.
All right. Well, we have a bit of news here, just to report. We have a new admiral of the fleet, of the Pacific Fleet, a Admiral Chester Nimitz, who's hopefully going to kick our asses into gear here. The USS Pollock has managed to sink a Japanese ship, the Unakai Maru, for 2,200 tons, thereabouts. And the Japanese are invading the Bataan Peninsula, which isn't great. So yeah, very eventful January 7th. But we are going to continue down on this course and just keep quiet. We're not allowed to touch that radio, don't forget. So we can't, as much as I'd like to boast of my achievement, we can't click this button here. We've been specifically told not to do that. So we're just going to continue patrolling here until we've grayed out this star up here. Okay, we just got a report of a warship moving away at long range, and that's not good. We're going to slow down here because I don't want them hearing me. They're miles out, but if we have sonar gear, then we've got to assume that they do too. Not in shallow water. Not in shallow water. Let's just raise the scope quickly. It's 10 miles out, so we're not likely to see anything. But we might as well. Where was it? Can't remember what the bearing was. Long range, 67. There's no way we're going to see it from here. Particularly in this weather. Alright, well... No, I don't see any smoke on the horizon. Let's have a look in the hydrophone here. 67. What the... Warship? That must have been me flashing down there. Yep, that's my engine, I think. Let's have a quick scan around here. It looks like it's just a lone warship patrolling around. It's probably looking for us after our little bit of nonsense yesterday. I can hear that. It doesn't sound like... I'm not sure if you guys can hear that on the recording, but it sounds like she's just chugging around looking for trouble. So we're not going to respond to that. We're going to actually change course and head in the opposite direction. So I've decided we're not going to go near that shallow water now. That's stupid. Let's cut away from here. I'm going to clean this up later, but if this was deep water, I might actually go and try and intercept her, because if we had some depth under the keel, I could I was confident of getting away. It would be nice to take out a warship as well as a merchantman. But we'll mark where she is, and I'm actually probably going to completely clean up this this patrol here, this patrol grid, and just redo it. I'm going to turn around and go back the way I came. We're going to head back up and just rinse and repeat. We're just going to patrol around here for a while and try and avoid any trouble with those warships.
Returning to course, sir. Yes, sir.
We're back on the surface. It's dark now, so I'm taking advantage of that. The visibility is still pretty good, so I'm confident that we'll see anything that might be coming along here. We got some good news too. The USS Pickerel has just joined the party, and they managed to sink the KairoS, a 3,000-ton gunboat, which I got to say is a pretty big gunboat, but good for them. So at this point in the war, it looks like the American submarine commanders are finally starting to get their act together, and we're actually getting reports of sinking. So that's fantastic. We're not the only one actually getting a shot at the Japanese. So this is great. I'm enjoying this. I'm feeling we're doing our job and we're doing it well. Let's continue on this course and see what else we can find. Okay, we finished patrolling this area. That's really good news. So we can technically go home now, but we're not going to, because we just a little while ago we got this task force report. They are heading in a southwest direction at 12 knots, which means that in I did the calculation earlier. It means that in about 6 hours they should be in this sort of general area about here. So what we've done is we've gone to a head full, and we're going to try and intercept them to see if we can get a shot at a flat top or whatever might be in this task force. It would be really good if we could. These guys will probably change course, I'm thinking. They're probably on their way down to attack Singapore, but we'll continue in this course in the hope that they don't do any maneuvering themselves. And if they continue along this course, we will intercept them. So let's go ahead and see what we can catch. Okay, well, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to catch this task force here. I think we've missed them. We're only how far out are we now? Yeah, we're only 20 nautical miles out, so we should have seen them by now. So I think it's time to head south. We got some orders a few hours ago from ComSubs here to proceed to Surabaya, terminate your patrol for submarine maintenance, which is what we're going to do. We've already been slightly naughty in taking this detour, but I'm sure they'll thank us for it, because after all, this is presumably going to be an important target. But we didn't catch it. Sorry, people. So yeah, we're just going to head back down south now. What I might do is I might come... Yeah, I think we're going to make a beeline. I was thinking of coming back here and having another look around, but we're not. We're going to make a beeline. I'm going to clean this up, and we're just going to plot a course down through the Java Sea, through here. We'll go past Singapore, obviously, and then into the Java Sea and dock at Surabaya. So I'll let you know if we see anything along the way down. Otherwise, I'll see you back on board, I guess. Well, we made it. We're in Surabaya Harbour. It is January the 18th, 1942. And as you can see, there's plenty of friendly assets in the area, which is making me feel very safe and sound. I'm not going to bother showing you around because it's absolutely pitch black out there. We did really quite well. We got the Ada Maru on January the 6th, 1942 for 5,200 tons. So pretty good start to our career, I think. So we just got to click this anchor now and end our patrol. Yep, there you go. One ship sunk for 5,200 tons, and we completed all of our objectives, which is awesome. So we should get some renown for that. So we'll get a cutscene now, which I will let you watch, and I'll see you on the other side of that.
Welcome back, while we still hold a base here, that is. It seems that the Japanese don't waste any time. They've taken Hong Kong, landed on the Thai coast and also on Malaya, where they've pushed the British south towards Singapore. Our allies deployed their battleship force to counter the landings, but it was promptly sunk by Jap bombers based in Indochina. Thus, the Japs have gained control of all air and sea lanes in the South China Sea. Obviously, the next target will be Singapore, and there's little hope to hold them back from taking the city. The Philippines were attacked with multiple landings on the north and south parts of Luzon, forcing the mixed U.S. local defenses to abandon Manila, including our submarine base there, and retreat into the Bataan Peninsula. For the moment, our troops are holding back the Japanese, but we don't know for how long they can continue and what the supply situation is. It has been suggested that submarines be used to supply the troops and evacuate key personnel from the region. So please, make all preparations pending your orders.
Well, that was very educational, wasn't it? All right, 19th now, apparently. We've skipped forward a day. So here we are, we're back, and we're alive. Okay, so obviously I'm going to end this episode here, and next episode we'll start our second patrol. So thank you very much for viewing. I hope you enjoyed this. I think this is a pretty cool mod, and I'm looking forward to playing some more of it. So I'll see you all in the next episode. This has been KairoS. Thank you all very much for viewing.